Welcome to the Room of Truth. I am Queen Doro, and I am here to read another card for you today. The card I have in my hand, and I will show you it, is a minor arcana card, and it is the Five of Cups. As you can see in this card, it is a figure with their back to us, wearing a full-length black cloak. They have a river in front of them, and they have 5 cups, 2 of which are upright behind them, and 3 that are on the floor with their contents spilled. In the background, it's very barren and empty. There's also, looks like the ruins of a castle. I omitted that. Now, this card is a card of, how shall I describe it to you? Well, not the description of it, but how should I tell you the meaning behind the symbology of it? This is someone who is focusing on possibly the negative elements of their life right now. It could be grieving, a loss in a relationship, loss in money, loss in a job. And the fact that they are focusing on 3 of the cups that have fallen over and spilt their contents means that they are focused on the negative elements of what they are going through right now. There is no way to put a positive spin on someone going through the loss of someone else. Bereavement is incredibly real, and grief is incredibly real. So they would be focused on looking into the past, looking back into the past, and they would be looking at the what ifs. Why didn't I say this to them? Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I? What if? The fact that there are 2 cups in the card means that if they were to turn their perspective around and turn themselves around, they would instead be looking at the fact that they still have 2 cups that have got contents in. They still have 2 unspoiled chalices with something in them. Now, if we look at the symbology of this, it would mean that there are still positive elements to that person's life, to your life, and it would mean that, look at what good you can take out of any bad situation. The loss of someone that you love, the loss of a pet, perhaps, that you love, the loss of a job that you loved, loss of money that perhaps you no longer are in possession of right now. This says that if you look to the positive elements, look at what you still have. You still have the opportunity to make more money. You still have the opportunity to find another job. You still have the opportunity to find somebody else in your love life. You cannot replace people that have passed into spirit. But what you can take from a bereavement is the love that that person gave you, or the experiences that person gave you, the education that person gave you, the time they gave you, and take the positive elements of that relationship with that person. So, there are some positive elements, albeit smaller than the negative elements. Now, if we look at the job element, you might find that you are now in a position where you have to recover from the loss of the job. You have to recover from a step backwards, and that's all it is. It's a chance to step back and say, well, did I really want that job? Did they appreciate me there? Was that really the job that I thought it was? You know, before you had that job, you didn't know you were going to have it, and you didn't know how much you might enjoy it, or you didn't know how much you might hate it. But the fact is, you got that job, and you can get another job if this is relating to a possible job loss that is either looming, coming up, or is around you, or has been. Again, this is a very generalized reading on a card to tell you the various meanings behind that card. Okay? Now, if this is to do with money, then you might have lost it on a bad deal, a bad investment. The stocks and shares may have fallen unexpectedly. Maybe you didn't make as much money that week or that month, and it means that you're short on some of the bills, or maybe you spent too much money. There is still the opportunity to salvage the situation, because it is not all doom and gloom. And I know it sounds like that, but it isn't. It isn't really, 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 it isn't. Believe me. Okay. Now, if we go back to the relationship element, it's about looking at the positive elements of that relationship. If a loss is looming, or an emotional loss, somebody's not involved with you emotionally and they are not interacting with you emotionally, maybe they have closed down, you might need to communicate in a different way and look at things with a different perspective. Sometimes it's very easy for all of us to just see it from our perspective. I'm not getting this from this relationship, and therefore I feel this way. They are also feeling, I'm not getting this from this relationship, and I'm feeling this way. So sometimes it helps to look at the relationship and look at it from their perspective. What things are there that you could do to improve the relationship? What things are there for them to do to improve relationship and relations with you? You know, it's sitting down, having open communication and resolving the issues face to face, if you can, and deal with them and look at the good elements of the relationship. Now, if you find that it's not salvageable, then know again that this is a transitionary card, a transitionary period in your life, and you can move on and forward. A new love will come into your life again, should you so wish it, on a deep soul level. It has to be something that your heart really wants. It's no good going into a relationship or going into multiple relationships looking for the one if you're really not ready for the one. If the one is what you really want, your heart's desire. So take heart. There are some good things if you change your perspective, if you look for the pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. You have come through a storm, the rain is clearing up, the sunshine is coming out, and there's a beautiful rainbow. Okay, and at the end of the rainbow is that proverbial pot of gold, of opportunity. You just can't see it right now or yet, but you will. Okay? If you like this card, you liked the interpretation of the card, and it spoke to you today and it reached out to you, then like the video. Please like the video. Forgot my P's and Q's there of being polite. Please subscribe to my channel, share this video, and join me on Facebook if you would like in the group, which is in the description below. It's the Facebook group The Queen Doro, where you'll be able to reach out, and if you would like more guidance on the cards, then do let me know, reach out. There's also an area for you to leave comments if you would like to. Okay? I hope you have a super day. I look forward to seeing you again in the room of truth, and I'm going to press my mouse to end the video, and you know what I'm going to say next. It's bye for now.